Hello, I'm High Heel Knight. Welcome to my channel. This is my miniature review of Rocketman. It is a biopic fantasy movie about the early career of Elton John. Now, this is a non-spoiler review, but this movie is about one of the most famous and iconic rock and roll stars of all time. I mean, Elton John did the Lion King soundtrack, which was so good, it got nominated for 3 songs of best song for the Oscars, and of course one of so he was competing against himself at the Oscars for how good his songs were. So I feel I can share a few tidbits without ruining the movie. So as I said, this is a musical fantasy. Unlike most biopics, it's not concerned about saying, okay, this happened in this year, that happened in this year, this happened in that year, or anything like that. No, it just sort of gives very broad strokes about his very early life as a little kid, and then his teenage years, and then his young adult years, until he finally wound up checking himself into rehab for his various substance abuse. It plays out like a dream, where you're dreaming, sometimes you remember the past, sometimes you remember the present, sometimes you remember things that didn't quite happen the way they did happen, but they feel real to you. So that's how this movie plays out. Also, this is a kind of musical like Grease and Mamma Mia, where people will burst out into song and dancing around and things like that. So that was fine. And the performances are wonderful. Taron Egerton, he does Elton John. He is fantastic. His voice is wonderful. His singing is wonderful. His dancing is wonderful. But at the same time, if you're going into this movie hoping to hear your favorite song, you might hear it, but you'll probably only hear like 2 or 3 stanzas. That was my biggest frustration in the movie. Now, granted, Elton John has a giant library of songs. You couldn't possibly play the whole song of his library, or the movie would be like 4 or 5 hours. But at the same time, there were so many songs that I forgot he made. So when it starts playing in the movie, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm starting to groove, and then it's over. And then another song will play, oh yeah, that's on that, and then it's over, to the point where I just stopped getting attached to the songs, because I knew that as soon as I started enjoying them, it would probably be over. So that really frustrated me. Another thing that frustrated me is that, as I said, this plays out like a dream. So I'm not taking everything as truth, but at the same time, there were so many aspects that I wish they would have delved into more. For instance, Elton John's parents. His parents have zero chemistry together. It's like they are so strange together. I'm thinking, how do you guys even know each other, much less had a kid? And Elton John, they showed that he had struggled with the relationship with his father, but he seemed to be cool with his mom until a certain point in the film, and all of a sudden they're antagonistic with each other. I'm like, well, where did this come from? What is happening here? And then, like, and with the drug use, now there's a lot of drug use. This is an R-rated film. Okay, unlike most biopics, no, this is R-rated, so there's a lot of drug use, which is fine. But there's a relationship with a manager that is very bizarre and unique, and I'm thinking, okay, I want to know how that ended. You told me like the beginning and the middle. You got to give me some ending. I'm confused about that. So yes, I did enjoy the movie overall. The performances are wonderful. Bryce Dallas Howard plays the mother of Elton John, and I was very impressed because I didn't realize it was her. I'm used to her being with red hair, so she has a black hair for this movie, so I didn't recognize her until I read the credits. Like, oh wow, that was Bryce Dallas Howard. So kudos to her. The performance is fine, acting is fine, but if you want some depth, don't go to see this movie. If you want to see some type of historical recount of Elton John, don't go see this movie. And if you're dying to hear a certain song, you might hear it, but don't get your hopes up. So yes, I do recommend it overall, but go in with some adjusted expectation. So those are my thoughts on Rocketman. I would love to know what you thought of the movie. Be sure to share whatever comments you like in the comment section. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, or dislike, share, and subscribe. Once again, I'm High Heel Knight. Thank you for watching, and remember, find inspiration everywhere.